Hello and welcome to day 29 of Lifebook's 30-Day Challenge. So great to have you here with me today as we explore the active ingredient of the Lifebook program. Today we're going to look at the catalyst that is going to activate all the great work you've done so far. This is like the motor that's going to make your life go. Really understanding and successfully applying the principles that we're going to talk about today will ensure that you're going to make measurable progress toward your life vision. So really lean forward on this one and really be here today. Over the last few days, we've been exploring the power of goal setting. And today I want to start out with a very simple question, but it's profound, and here's what it is. Why the heck do we set goals anyway? Why do we do it? Why do we put so much energy into imagining the way things could be? Why do we bother to visualize our future? Well, we've discussed it before. We know that our brains are literally designed to do that. Our frontal lobe is built for it. We're drawn to it as human beings. It's enjoyable to revel in fantasies of what tomorrow may bring. But the fact that it's enjoyable is not the most important reason that we set goals. We visualize our future so that we can do something about it. The most important reason that our brains insist on thinking about the future, even though sometimes we'd rather just kind of be here and frolic in the moment, is so that we can exercise control over our worlds. Every great accomplishment was first imagined before it was implemented. The Sistine Chapel, the theory of relativity, the Eiffel Tower, racial equality, the moon landing, everything, every achievement was once a vivid mental image in the mind of its designer. Dane Rudyard put it this way: man can only become what he's able to consciously imagine. We look into the future and set goals so we can take action and make it so. As human beings, we have a deep need to have an effect on the world around us, to influence things, to make things happen. It's our fundamental nature. And much of our behavior from infancy until the day we die is an expression of our need to exercise control over our environment and over our lives. A toddler squeals with delight when he throws a ball across the room. It's like, look, Mom, I did that with my hand. Did you see it? I thought about it, and then I did it. I made something happen in this world. The room is different because I was here. I created an effect. Look how powerful I am. You take a look at adolescence, and what is adolescence about? It's about autonomy. It's about becoming independent. As a former teenager myself, and as a parent who survived that battleground a couple times with a few yet to go, I can tell you that a teenager's primary mission is to decrease the parent's control and to increase their own control and live their lives exactly the way they want to. This is what we were born to do. All of us, young and old, male and female, rich and poor, everywhere in the world, all of us have a deep need to exercise control over our lives, to make our world the way we think it should be, and to live our lives the way we want to live them. It's what we were set up for. So here's another important question. Why do so few of us actually behave this way? I mean, look around you. How many of us are actually exercising the control over our lives that we were born to exercise? Are our lives about what we really want to do, or are they about what we have to do? I mean, do most of us pop out of bed in the morning and say, it's a brand new day and I can do anything I want today? I'm going to make my own choices about what my day is going to be about today. I can work on anything I feel like working on. So what do I really feel like working on today? What would inspire me and what would fulfill me today? Or have we allowed for it to be decided for us? Are we more likely going to be running from one thing to another today like a chicken with our heads cut off, trying to satisfy everyone else's desires, everyone else's demands on us, all the things we need to get done for our boss, what our customers expect of us, the duties of being a parent, a husband, a wife, an executive, a friend, a neighbor? We're probably going to take on way too much today and not get nearly enough done, right? And we certainly won't spend much of our time today doing the things that we'd really like to be doing. The truth is, most of us have lost control of our days. It's like we're struggling to keep our heads above water. No room to breathe. We're assaulted by 1,000 things a day, so many demands on our time, and those things stack up and they weigh us down. The small, unimportant things, most of which are dictated by others and for others, tend to fill up our lives, and little by little they accumulate until they literally take up all of our time. We don't have anything left for us. We don't have much time to attend to the things that we want to do, the things that we consider important. Really taking care of our health and fitness, nurturing our love relationship, maintaining a happy, healthy, balanced home life, setting time aside to just learn and grow and to just be and to just relax and enjoy ourselves a little bit. Our lives are not our own anymore. We've given control to our boss and to the internet and to the kids' after-school activities and to our mortgage payments, to our email inbox. Now, I'd like you to just stop and take a deep breath right now. There's something I want to say to you, and you've got to absolutely understand this at a cellular level if you want to create a truly extraordinary life for yourself. It's almost impossible to communicate this thought accurately. Most people will never get it in any meaningful way, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd listen right now. Listen carefully. This is probably the most important thought of this entire 30-day challenge. Here it is. You are 100%, totally and completely in control of your own life. You are in control of your own life. All the stress that you feel, all the chaos and the urgency in your life is simply covering up the fact that you are in complete control of your own existence. You are the driver in the driver's seat. You can't always control the things that happen around you. Now, most of the time you can, but not always. So I'm not talking about exercising control over the weather or events in the Middle East or earthquakes. I'm talking about the things you can control, because they're the things that make all the difference in your life. You are in complete control of how you spend the hours of your day. No one else, even though it doesn't seem like that. You are in complete control of all your choices and all your actions. You can choose to exercise and eat right and be healthy or not. You can choose to mold and develop yourself or not. You can choose to be disciplined or not. You can choose your own purpose in life or not. You choose your values in life. You choose your goals in life. You choose who you spend time with. You choose the books you read and the TV shows you watch. You choose what you think about. You choose the way you treat people. You choose what to focus your time and attention on. You choose how you're going to deal with setbacks. Your life is yours. You own it. You're in the driver's seat, whether it feels like it or not, or whether you choose to consciously exercise that control or not. You are the primary creative force. You are the responsible party. You are the decision maker at the center of your own existence. And just so you know, you can't escape this responsibility even if you want to. In the immortal words of Geddy Lee, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Being unhealthy is every bit as much of a choice as being healthy. Being in a negative, dysfunctional relationship is every bit as much of a choice as being in a fantastic, loving relationship. And here's the good news, the really good news. You can change anything in your life if you become aware of your choices and if your desire to change is strong enough. You can change anything about your life. You have the power to create any kind of a life that you want for yourself simply by exercising your power to choose. For instance, you could choose to quit your job tomorrow. So easily within your power to do that. It'd take 5 minutes. You could sell everything you own, you could move to a beach somewhere and open up a hot dog stand. There's probably nothing about that you couldn't pull off. And I'm not suggesting that, by the way. I'm just giving you an example of the total control you have over your own life. And unfortunately, most people don't have a clue. They don't even remotely understand their own power to choose and the awesome control that they could exercise over their own existence. It's hard to learn because it's rarely taught. More often, we're taught helplessness and powerlessness. I can't because I was born poor. I can't because I'm a minority. I can't because I'm the youngest child, or the middle child, or the oldest child, or I'm too smart, or I'm not smart enough. Are you kidding me? You were born to exercise control over your life. Your ability to choose and then act is your greatest freedom and your greatest strength. If you adhere to that disastrous belief system that you can't control what's happening in your life, you've rendered yourself completely powerless. And by the way, it's also untrue. The idea that there are just a few chosen people who are lucky, kind of born into the right circumstances, destined to have great lives, that's complete and utter nonsense. It doesn't matter where you start in life, you're going to have countless choices. And what you choose is going to make all the difference. Your choices and actions make up you, and they define your life no matter where you start. It's not complicated, and I've said it before in this program. It's as simple as this. Great choices and actions lead to a great life, and lousy choices and actions lead to a lousy life. If you make good choices with your diet and exercise, you're going to be physically healthy, and if you don't, you won't. You make good choices with your money, you're going to be financially healthy, and if you don't, you won't. If you make the right choices as a spouse, and as a parent, and as a friend, you're going to have great healthy relationships, and if you don't, you won't. Every life is created like this, by choice. A fantastic, fulfilling, successful life where you wake up full of joy and enthusiasm every day, or a lousy, unfulfilling life of frustration, where you dread going to work, and you dread seeing your spouse, and you dread facing the challenges of the day, or any kind of a life in between that continuum. Your choices and your actions are what determine your destiny. So now that we're clear on that, let's explore the big challenge. When it comes to taking action, most of us can rattle off a bunch of stuff that we say is most important to us. My family is the most important thing in the world to me. My body is a temple. Nothing's more important than my health and fitness. My highest value is my spiritual life. I love my wife more than anything else in the world. Nothing matters to me more than my children, right? Here's the big question. Does the reality of your daily actions match your rhetoric? Now, if you made a short list of the things that are most important to you, the things you say are most important, the people that are most important, your deepest values, your biggest goals, your most important aspirations in life, and then if you examined how you actually spent your time last week, how many hours could you honestly assign to your professed priorities? Was email on your list of highest priorities? Television? Surfing the internet? Did you spend more time answering emails or playing with your kids last week? Did you spend more time watching TV or on your spiritual life last week? In other words, have you successfully aligned your goals with how you spend your time? Or is there a gap between what you practice and what you preach? If you want to have it all, if you want to create an extraordinary life for yourself, you've got to ensure that your daily choices and actions are consistent with your life vision. That's the whole game. That's the entire point of Lifebook, to get your daily choices and actions to reflect your life vision. If you take conscious, purposeful, daily action toward the goals you set, you will start stacking up those wins. You will start assembling the building blocks of your vision. But without it, without action, focused, consistent action, all the goal setting in the world isn't going to get you anywhere. Goal setting is super important, but why do we do it again? Why? So we can take action and change things in our lives and in the world. That's where the rubber hits the road. It's not just about knowing what to do, it's about actually doing it. Napoleon said, Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action arrives, stop thinking and go in. Johann von Goethe said, "Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do." Jules Renard said, "Everything you want is out there waiting for you. Everything you want also wants you, but you have to take action to get it." So your exercise for today is simple but very, very powerful. Take a look at the most important goals in your life from yesterday's exercise. You've identified them, and choose one and take one powerful action toward the accomplishment of that goal today. Preferably, it's going to be a big, bold step that's really going to surge your life forward. But if you're not sure how to do that yet, it can be as simple as one little step in the right direction. The main objective for today's exercise is for you to feel your life move in the direction that you want it to move in so that you understand that you can do this. And action is the active ingredient. Action is the catalyst. Action is the motor that's going to activate all the work you've done here and create momentum in your life and propel you forward to that life vision. Okay, that's it for day 29 of our 30-day challenge. Thanks so much for being here with me today. It's really been a pleasure to spend this time with you. I'll see you tomorrow, day 30 of our 30-day challenge, as we celebrate this huge accomplishment of yours. I'll see you then.